Hello everyone, welcome back. This is week 15 of our epic video lecture series. A lot of words today, but only a couple are challenging, I think, so let's go ahead and get started. This first one I like a lot. It's a noun. Please repeat after me. Legion. Legion. And plural, legions. Historically, legions was our large group of soldiers in the ancient Roman army. What do I have here? A large group of soldiers who form part of an army, especially the ancient Roman army. You don't have to know this, but typically a legion comprised of anywhere between 3,000 and 6,000 soldiers. It might look something like this. You can see this is a reenactment, and obviously this is not 3,000 soldiers, but this is what it might have looked like. Soldiers forming part of a legion. Students, that is the historical context of the word legion, but in modern usage, legion just means simply a lot of people. What do I have here? Large numbers of people. For example, Sondambi has legions of fans. Okay, maybe not. I think I'm her only fan left. Another example, and this is from your handout, guys, legions of photographers and TV cameras. So sometimes whenever there's a singer or an actress, there will be a lot of photographers and TV cameras. We could say legions of photographers surrounded the celebrity, or legions of photographers chased the celebrity. What does that mean? Legions of photographers. It has nothing to do with the Roman army, just means lots. And it's a kind of a fun slang. What do I have here? Oh yes, students, do you remember 3 or 4 years ago there were very large protests in Gwanghwamun? Maybe some of you were there. There were legions of protesters in Gwanghwamun Square, or alternatively, you could say legions of protesters filled Gwanghwamun Square. Students, how many protesters? Legions. Now, legions of protesters. Same thing. This is actually, students, coincidentally, I did not do this on purpose, but this video is being filmed at Doksugung in City Hall, so I'm looking at this building right now. So anyway, look at all the protesters. How many are there? 100? 1,000? Legions. Legions of protesters. What else? So again, guys, I don't want to spend too much time on this word, but legion historically was a large group of soldiers who formed part of the ancient Roman army, but in usage today, it just means a lot of people. I don't know, Busan, Haeundae Beach in the summertime, there are legions of tourists, and so on and so forth. Okay, moving on, guys. I like this next one. It's a verb. Please repeat after me. Reciprocate. Reciprocate. One more time. Reciprocate. Reciprocate. And then put it all together. Reciprocate. Reciprocate, guys, means to return the favor. What do I have here? To do something for someone who has done something similar for you. Very simply, guys, if you buy me a coffee at Starbucks, maybe in a few days we go to Starbucks again and I want to buy you coffee, I will reciprocate the kind gesture. I apologize for the announcement, guys. Everywhere I go, there's a COVID-19 cautionary announcement, so hopefully you can hear my voice and not the announcement. I'll say it once more, guys. To do something for someone who has done something similar for you. So if I buy you coffee on Monday, maybe a few days later, you might want to reciprocate the kind gesture and buy me coffee. Incidentally, it doesn't have to be coffee for coffee. Maybe one day I buy you coffee, and then next week or a couple weeks later, we go out to dinner and you decide to be very generous and reciprocate the kind gesture. So it doesn't have to be the exact same item. Reciprocate. To do the same in return, or in my own mind, guys, return the favor. In Korean, I know this one. Hwadam hara. Hwadam hara. Reciprocate. Okay, this next one, it's an adjective. Please repeat after me. Adept. Make sure you pronounce the T at the end. Adept. Adept, students, just means you're good at something. Proficient at something. What do I have here? Very skilled or proficient at something. Good at doing something that is not easy. For example, she is adept at fixing computers. What does that mean? She is adept at fixing computers. She's good at repairing computers. That's all it is. Let's see here. So, in the third example, Scott, who until a year ago had never prepared anything more complicated than scrambled eggs, has become quite adept at cooking. This might be a lie, but it's a good example. Adept at cooking? What does it mean? Adept at cooking. Good at cooking. Skilled at cooking. In Korean? Suklandwin? My pronunciation might not be Suklandwin. Adept. Okay, this next word, one of the harder words we're going to cover today. It's actually not that difficult, but don't be intimidated by it. It's an adjective. Please repeat after me. Magnanimous. 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 Good. In my own in my own mind, it means generous in forgiving someone. Very generous and forgiving, especially someone less powerful than yourself. What do I have here? Generous in forgiving an insult. Very kind and generous, listen carefully, towards an enemy or someone you have defeated. For example, the general's victory was so decisive, so complete, that he could afford to be magnanimous toward his former enemies. All right, guys, very quickly. In 1945, after Nazi Germany was defeated, I think some people wanted to break Germany up into many small countries so that it could never become a great European power again. But they decided, instead of breaking up Germany, to help rebuild the nation. And I don't say this out of patriotism, but it's what happened. So you could say that England and the United States was magnanimous after World War II towards Germany and helping her rebuild. Another example, guys, it doesn't have to be a general and a defeated army or nation. It could be someone having insulted you. You could be very angry, but if you're magnanimous, you just let it go. If someone apologizes, maybe they lost control of their temper, and even though you could stay mad, you want to be magnanimous and say, it's okay, let's just put it behind us. In that case, you were magnanimous. Someone insulted you, but you let it go. Incidentally, I find that very attractive in people. Okay. Students, I hate it when I do this. I skipped a word. I skipped lukewarm. I apologize. Let's go back to that word. Lukewarm. I'm not sure if you know this one. It means not hot, not cold. Kind of in the middle. Only a little warm. Let's see here. Maybe this is not the best picture. So, a drink. Students, I really like to drink coffee. I don't like it when my coffee is lukewarm. I like it really hot. Students, lukewarm, first in my mind, relates to temperature, but it has a second definition I want you to pay close attention to. It means without enthusiasm. Let's see here. For example, this is on your handout, guys. A boring speech, a dull speech is likely to get a lukewarm applause. So for example, after a boring speech, do you guys understand? A lukewarm applause. Or I could make a suggestion. Let's see here. To go somewhere. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm just making this up. Let's go to the museum. And your response is like, okay. In that case, your reaction, your willingness to go or to do something could be said to be lukewarm. Or I'm lukewarm to that idea. It means I'm not very excited. I don't think it's a great idea. Maybe I'll do it, but it's not what I really want to do. Lukewarm, I think it's mijakji gunhan. Did I say that correctly? Mijakji gunhan, lukewarm, without enthusiasm. Again, it can mean temperature, but oftentimes it can be without enthusiasm. All right, moving on, guys. This next one, maybe you already know. It's a verb, aspire. Aspire. One more time. Aspire. Let's add ing. Aspiring. Just means to want to become something. Usually relates to professional. What do I have here? To want to have or achieve something, such as a particular career or level of success. So, synonym might be dream of or hope for. Whenever I think about the word aspire, guys, I don't know why, but I always think about a ladder. Not a real ladder, but metaphorically. So, climb up the ladder to reach a certain level of success. Certain goal, maybe. So, not all, but it seems like many of my students aspire to have some sort of career in business. Aspire to have a career in business. It just means working towards or hoping to achieve a certain level of success. What is it in Korean? I have two translations. Yeolmanghara or alternatively, Myungwanhara. I'm not sure which one is best. Maybe both are okay. Is there anything you aspire to be? I don't know. That's okay. Students, when I was a freshman, believe it or not, I was a biology major. A lot of my classes were science classes, microbiology, chemistry, and physics. And at a certain point, I did not want to take any more of those classes, and I fell into kind of an academic abyss. So if you're not sure what direction to take your life, don't panic. Don't give yourself a heart attack. My mom used to tell me when I was in my early 20s, don't worry. You will find your way. So now it's my turn to say it to you. You will find your way. I promise. Okay, this next word, guys, may be another hard one. Almost certainly you're not familiar with. It's a noun. Epoch. Epoch. One more time. Epoch. It means a distinct period of time. What do I have here? Let's see here. A period of time that is very important in history. Very simply, guys, whenever I hear the word epoch, I think about the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, all distinct periods in time. More modern example might be the mapping of the human genetic code marked the start of a promising new epoch in medicine. What do I have here? Ooh, I'm not sure. Shide or Shingiwan? Shinshide? I'm not sure which one is correct. Maybe they're all okay. Epoch, a distinct period of time. Another example, and I don't want to frighten you or bore you, but the development of the steam engine in the 19th century, the development of the steam engine marked an important epoch in the history of industry. All right, let's just move on. That's a hard one, but it's a good word. This next one, I think this word is easy, and it relates to temperature. What do I have here? It's an adjective. Nippy. Can you say that with me? Nippy. 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 Students, it's springtime now, and I think today the temperature is 67 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius, but it's quite comfortable. I'm not wearing a jacket, but as soon as the sun goes down, I do feel a little bit cold. And it's, even though spring is here, it's still a little nippy at night. Just means chilly. What is that in Korean? Oh, I know this word. Salsalhan. Salsalhan. Is my pronunciation okay? So if I ask you, is it cold outside? You can say, it's a bit nippy. Just means little cold. Nippy. Salsalhan. I like that word. Try using it. Probably more practical than epoch. All right, next one you already know. Belated. It's an adjective. The adverb is belatedly. Just means late. Coming later than expected. So for example, a belated apology. Happy belated birthday. Let's see here. Guys, 100 years ago when I was in college, I'm ashamed to say this. By the way, I earned my degree in political science, and every semester I had long reports to write. And usually they were all due, not on the same day, but the same week. And again, I'm ashamed to tell you this, but on more than one occasion, I turned in my term paper belatedly, and my professor admonished me. Do you remember admonished? He scolded me mildly. What is that? I'm not sure how to say that in Korean. All right, moving on, guys. This next one, it's a noun, has to do with color. Tint. Tint. A delicate color or hue. Students, I did not underline it on my handout, but I encourage you to do it on yours. I know it's reversed in the camera, but you see where I am? H-U-E. Please look that word up. A small amount of color, hue, or tint. So for example, actually this word is better to introduce in September or October when the leaves are changing color, but by late September, the leaves on the trees have begun to take on their normal autumn tint. What does that mean, autumn tint? They're autumn colors. For example, red, orange, Yeputa, autumn tint. It doesn't have to be leaves, students. For example, if you're looking at a car and you're trying to identify the color, you could say it has a greenish tint or a bluish tint, meaning it has some blue, a hint of blue. Speaking of blue, it's windy. Blue tinted glasses. Students, this might surprise you, but your professor, I am colorblind. I can see color, but it's difficult for me to distinguish some colors. 나는 생맹합니다. So, if I'm ever mismatched, if my tie doesn't match my shirt, or my shirt does not match my pants, please have mercy on me. Don't tell me I don't want to know. Okay. Tint? Maybe? Sekjo? Is that correct? I'm not sure. Alright guys. I know you're getting tired. A few more and we'll be finished, I promise. Okay, this next one, it's a noun. Please repeat after me. Hearth. Hearth. It's just like the word heart, only with TH. It looks like hearth, but that is incorrect. It's hearth. Students, I'll give you a definition in just a moment, but whenever I hear the word hearth, immediately I just think about fireplace. Simple as that. However, technically speaking, guys, a hearth is a little bit more than just fireplace. Technically speaking, it's the floor of the fireplace. Take a look. I know there's a reflection, but can you guys see this area here? Kind of in the front and underneath the fire? This is the hearth, technically. You see where I'm pointing? All around here? That's the hearth. But again, usually when people speak about a hearth, they're just referring to their fireplace. So, if you read or hear someone say, the house had 2 hearths, what does that mean? Well, their home had 2 fireplaces. That's it. In Korean, nanro badak is hearth. All right, this next one, I think you already know. The adjective is affluent. Can you please say that with me? Please enunciate your words clearly. Affluent. Affluent. Students always say rich. I tend to use the word wealthy, but it just means having a lot of money and owning a lot of things. Let's see here. So, I know there's a reflection. Here is an affluent couple. Private jet is behind them. Maybe a chauffeur. Look how they're dressed in fancy clothes, maybe designer clothing. A chauffeur, someone to drive them. Students, the adjective, as I already mentioned, is affluent. The noun is affluence. Affluence. I'm a little embarrassed to show you this picture, but do you know who this person is? Who is that? Sorry for the reflection. Can you see? Who is that? Paris Hilton? No. Students, this is Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, and she is very affluent. Students, financial security is very important. I hope all of you become affluent in the years and decades to come. Please remember your professor, but never sacrifice your long-term happiness. Okay, 2 more and then we're done. This next one I really like. It's a noun. Nostalgia. Nostalgia. The adjective is nostalgic. Please say it with me. Nostalgic. Good. One more time. Nostalgic. And then the noun, nostalgia. It's similar to reminisce. Do you guys remember that word? Reminisce, to look back on. So nostalgia is a longing for something past, a feeling of pleasure and maybe even slight sadness mixed together. A feeling of pleasure, and sometimes as you think about things that have happened in the past. For example, looking at old photographs makes me feel very nostalgic. As a matter of fact, guys, I brought something for you. This is a picture of me and my father. I don't know when this was taken, maybe 1994, I'm guessing. I was probably around, I guess, 15 years old. It was taken in Florida, and you can see the beaches behind us. Someone gave this to me, by the way, as a gift. That's me. I don't know if you can see it. I'm wearing braces, and that's my dad. And this photo, it's on one of these like wood things. This photo is on my desk in my apartment, and whenever I look at it, it makes me feel nostalgic. Students, I want you to think about examples or situations that make you feel nostalgic, or something that brings on a sense of nostalgia. A lot of my students will say reading letters, old letters, that will make you feel nostalgic. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Letters, photographs. How about this, guys? Maybe an old movie. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I saw this when I was a young boy. E.T. I haven't watched it in years, but I don't know. Sometimes an old movie or a song will trigger memories from the past. Students, when I was in high school, there was a girl whom I liked. I had a secret crush on. She never knew that I liked her, but this is a true story. She used to wear lotion, and yeah, it smelled good. I never knew what kind of lotion that she wore, and even today, many, many years later, and I've lost touch with her. I have no idea where she is. Sometimes, for example, when I'm in Shinsegae department store, or Lotte department store, or anywhere at an airport, sometimes I will smell the scent of that lotion, and it makes me feel nostalgic. Do you guys understand? It makes triggers memories of that young woman that I liked. All right. Anyway, guys. Oh, I forgot to mention. Affluent in Korean, you guys already know this, buyuhan. And nostalgia, Youngsu? Is that correct? Hwangsu? Youngsu, boy, I'm not sure how to say this. Hwangsu? If we were in class together, you could easily correct me. All right, one more and we're done, guys. Very easy. It's a verb. Sob. Sob. Or sobbing. Do you guys know sob? Probably. You're probably thinking cry. Yes, sob does mean cry, but it's a little more than that. Cry noisily. Cry uncontrollably. And there's a word, guys, on your handout. Gasp. Again, I know it's backwards. Gasp means like it's a sound. For example, sob is do you guys understand? That to me is sobbing. Like you're so upset, you're trying to catch your breath. And I'm not sure what that is in Korean. All right, students. I'm sorry this video went a little bit long. I think we'll just stop here. Great to see you as always. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.